Good.
All right, so we're recording. So let me share my screen
Okay.
so we can get into this. And so we are brand new into Socio.
Okay.
So we just moved into it. We've had lots of issues in the past with Guidebook, people trying to use it, and a lot of the issues are around evaluation processes. And
Gotcha.
you can't really, if you do in-app evaluations, there's no real way to download it, and it wasn't the best software. So we had a team over the summer that went through, thought about some of the options, looked to see what was around, and then Socio came out to be the best option for what we have.
Cool.
So if you haven't done it already, I'd suggest if you want to get your phone and get on your app store.
Yeah, let me do it. It's a good idea. We can troubleshoot as I present. We have our conference call Monday afternoon, so this will be like a good test.
Perfect.
So, event app. Okay, and it's the little orange icon with like the gear looking thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your help. I feel like you're a lifeline for me.
I'm happy to help.
Every time I have an issue, I'm like, Danny.
Oh no, I'm more than happy to help. I wish this process hadn't taken so long for us to get into here. So
totally fine. Okay, I am able to open it. So let's see here. It looks very similar to.
Yeah. It works as far as I've experienced it. It works pretty similarly. I haven't had any major differences. There are a few things that I'm not going to be able to show you right now because we can't see it until the app is actually live.
Okay.
Right now we're going to be looking at it as a test.
Okay. When people download the app, do they need to create an account?
You shouldn't have to.
It says sign up or log in. Sign up or log in. So just good to know as I'm.
Yeah, let me make a note on that because I think I might actually no. I think you do have to create an account.
Okay. All right.
Because part of what Socio does really well is the engagement piece. So it basically lets you create a profile. And then the profile is what you use to connect with people on all of the events.
Okay. First name, Caitlin. I hope I'm a good test, that I can help you also troubleshoot.
I'm sure we'll be able to get through it together.
Okay. Arizona. Also probably good to figure out before all the big regional conferences start taking place, huh?
Yes, that is also helpful.
Easy. Okay, next. Almost there. Oh man, I have to create a summary.
Yeah, you can just, for now, if you want to just put in test or just text, like a letter or two, I think it saves it for you.
Tucson. Say SA Pro from Tucson. Perf. Okay. Next. Sure. Okay, here we go. I am in.
Awesome. So just type in NASPA.
Okay. Got it. Template event.
There you go. So download that one. That's the one that we're going to be using to, so I can show you on the user side what the back end of the system will look like.
Okay. Okay, I'm in.
Cool. So let me get this 1 sec.
Sure.
I cloned it so that it was easier.
Shake to connect. That's adorable. That's like bump. I loved Bump
Yeah,
back in the day.
it's got a lot of fun little
An ancient technology.
Okay, so let me show you from the main page. So, and I'm going to show you what this looks like. I don't know from their system. I think you're going to see the same thing. So you're going to get into the system as an editor. I'm in as an admin, but as far as I know, the system doesn't look different depending on what you're in.
Okay.
But so I have ours or yours that we'll build together, but I'm going to work through the NASPA template event. And then in the email that I sent is the link to this guide.
Yes. Yep.
So the training guide, I went through, I clicked on every single possible thing to make sure we had enough information. So as you go through the training guide, it matches kind of the process in setting up the app. Okay. So first thing that we do is we're in the template event, and we'll click into the event. Sorry, we'll click into the gear and manage event. Okay. And then some of the pieces that you'll do, and this is where I got to figure out, but so like now you have an account in here and you're in the system, you're active as a user. I think I can build a group around you and then I can add you. This is some of the questions I have for Socio. What I will say is when you're in the system, this little icon on the bottom, it's their chat. Their chat is really responsive. There's always somebody online. I don't think it's taken me more than 5 minutes to hear back from someone, and they know their system obviously very well. So anytime you have a question, you can just start a new conversation. Cool. And they'll respond to you. Awesome. And if not, what's also great is you can have the same conversation with them and just follow through. So these are all of the discussions, things that we've been talking about. So keep an eye on that if you have any specific questions. Okay. For now, I'm going to focus on how to set up the event, and then I'll let you know for any other pieces. So when you are in, let me make sure I got the timeline. So when you're in the event and you go to manage event, from there, the place I usually go to is edit event. Okay. And then basics. Okay. So basics, and this now starts to align with the training document. Okay. There are a few areas that are needed in basics and they're required, and you'll see it's got the little red star. Right. So the event name, you can do a little description of the event, and then the main email address. This will probably always stay to me, because if there's any admin related things, it'll come back to me. Okay. And then how many attendees you're expecting. Okay. Yeah, add that information, you click save, and then the one thing is when you click save, it doesn't always automatically take you to the next step. So if you come to the top bar here, you can click on what the next step is. Okay. So then the next step is the event location. Perfect. So you'll enter the address up here, and then you'll give it a name, and you'll enter the address again here just so it shows up. And then you'll click save at the bottom, and then click into the next section. Here's the event date and time. And here, and the note, you can't change it once the event has started. So this event is technically live. It's in test mode within Socio, but it's technically live. And we will have, the one thing we're waiting to finalize, and I think it should be done by early next week. It will be similar to how Guidebook, there was a NASPA app. We will have a NASPA app for Socio. So people shouldn't have to download Socio, they'll download the NASPA app. Okay. That's powered by Socio. Got it. I'll let you know if for any reason we don't have that done in time. Yeah. Because it's a very long process to get an app approved by Apple. We're learning. If for any reason it isn't approved in time for your conference, it will live just in Socio. So people will just download Socio, and just like you're in it now, it'll be. Okay. And then the last piece is privacy settings. So there's 4 options for privacy settings. Most of our things will be set to public.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see any reason why we wouldn't have, but it's nice to know for future events or things that you're working on. There's a passphrase, so you can put Arizona as a passphrase that someone has to put, a unique passphrase, so a specific link for each person, and then an invite only. So it'll only show up if you have the URL that gets you specifically to that place.
Okay.
Okay. So those are the main things that are listed under basics. Like I said, here under basics, we have everything outlined, what is required, what you need to populate.
Cool.
With some pictures of each area. So you can always reference that.
Easy. Yep.
From here, you'll go to the appearance.
Mm-hmm.
So appearance is the cover photo in the background, as well as the icon image. Within here, you'll see, and this is something you might need to work with your design team to get the images in the right size. So they give you all of the pixels and different things that you need in order for it to fit well.
Okay.
And you can see here, this isn't set to fit, so that's why it's getting cut off. I just found an image to upload. So something to think about. And then when you're looking at the app, you can see in the app as well where the image shows up at the top. So if you're in the actual event, it shows up at the top, and have the icon. So there's
like
a few different places this will show up.
It's just a little strip. It's not even that significant.
Yeah, and if you exit out of the event, at the top left, it's also good to look at. You can see when you're looking for it. So exit out of the event, and then you type in NASPA to look for it. You'll see it's just that icon that shows up, the name, and then when you get into it, you see the rest of the information. Right. All right. So it'll populate the address that you put in. It'll populate the date and start time, and it'll populate like a short line of description. So that's what we have here.
Cool.
The next piece are the features. So there are a lot of different features that are available within Socio. You don't have to use all of them.
Okay.
The template version has them all populated so that you can see what it's going to look like. So there are some, like I said, some things that you can activate and some things that you can't. So the attendees, this isn't something you can edit. As you can see, the little my head no smoking sign shows up, and it says that you can't access this. So I know it's under attendees, announcements, and the wall are the three that you can't, and I'll explain what each of those do.
Okay.
For the pieces that you are able to edit, there's going to be two options. If you go into one of these icons and you click on the gear, that's actually going to edit the look. So if you click on the gear, you can change the name of the feature. You can even change the icon. So it gives you a list of options of different icons that are available. So you're able to do this. What's interesting is that you are able to create multiple of the same things and then just change the icons.
Okay.
And I'll show that in a minute. So you've got, you can change the feature name, the icon, and then the visible to all attendees. This we'll talk about when we get into groups.
Okay.
So if you wanted to make tracks or if you wanted to do things, I don't know that you'll have to worry about that as much. I can't see any reason why you wouldn't want something visible to everybody right now.
Yeah.
But just it's something that they offer.
We're pretty grassroots here in Arizona, so
Yeah. I figure with what you all will need, it's going to be open to everybody.
It'll be nice and simple. Yes.
When you're in the icon, like I said, you can do the gear. You can edit over here, and this overview takes you back to basics.
Okay.
So this is your general information.
Got it.
And you'll notice there's also some things you can't delete. So there's a trash icon here that I can't access. That means that there's some things that just have to exist.
Okay.
With announcements, this is something you can't edit here, and it does exist. It is. Hold on. Okay. So the navigation bar here under where it says NASPA template event, this area is also a good place to get you back and forth. So if you click on manage the template event, this will get you to the one where you see all of these options.
Cool.
What announcements are, similar to Guidebook that had push notifications, that's what these are. So you're able to set up announcements. You can schedule them to when you want it, to who it's going out to, what the message is, if there's a link, like I said, a scheduled time, or if you want to push it now.
So like if there was a room that went offline and we have to change the location. Got it.
Yeah. Or if you're like, hey, the coffee break is open, or make sure you come to lunch, or a featured speaker, whatever it is that you want it to do. Got it. You're able to do it.
And it's nice that you can schedule it in advance too. So if I wanted to set those up like the day before to be like, make sure you connect with someone about blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. What's really great about Socio that I like a lot more, and you'll see it kind of throughout the guide, there's a lot of things that you can upload. So you don't actually have to type everything in. Like if you had multiple announcements, you don't have to click a new announcement each time. If you go to import,
nice.
It has a template. So everything comes with its own template. And it opens, everything's in Excel. And then, wait a minute. Each template has an instructions tab. So it'll explain to you how to use that template. It'll explain to you what all of the columns are and examples here, what it's going to look like. And then you'll actually go to the announcements and it has everything set. So you could say, hey, I've got 5 announcements. I know exactly when I want them to happen. Yeah. And I want to set them all up. And then you have all of that basically, and it explains to here how you would do that. So you upload all your information, you delete this instructions tab, and you save it. And then when you go back to Socio, you upload the document here, and it will upload the announcements for you. It does say you can check this box to override existing items. So if you're like, actually, I don't want any of those announcements, I want new announcements before the conference, you can delete them or you can add to them. There's a few different options on here. Cool. Once they are uploaded and created, they'll populate here on the screen, and then you can edit those individually if you need to. Cool. But you could just put in new announcements if you didn't want to do the import of the template. Exactly. Got it. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So back under features, so that's announcements. Sponsors, exhibitors, and speakers are all pretty similar, except obviously the icons are a little bit different, but you're able to upload speakers in here, or sponsors, and here I have some options. So you can upload, when you click on it, you can put an image, the name, the label. So like here I put featured speaker sponsor, the location, and I'll show you where you can add locations in a minute. Cool. The category, what kind of sponsor they are, and then a brief description if you want. Most of these also have these options: internal links, external links, and attachments. So internal links will connect to different things within the website. I think this one connects to, this is the part that I'm still learning. I think so you can connect it to specific items on the agenda, and so agenda is the program. So if you're like, this sponsor sponsored this specific session, you can link it to that. You can also add external links, and external links will take you to the sponsor website, let's say, if you wanted to do that. And then attachments. If the sponsor wanted to have a PDF of whatever it is that they want to share, you could upload it here. And then when they get into the system, when you're in the system, and if you want to go on the app, you can click on sponsors. I don't think I have anything uploaded as far as attachments, but if you click like on region 1 sponsors, once you're in it, you can see some more information. Doesn't open. Yeah, actually, I'm thinking because I don't. Which is fine. I don't think we don't have any sponsors anyway. Let me see. Oops, sorry. Let's see. Save it. Oh, now it opens. Yeah, so now it should open, and it should show you. So there's a link to NASPA. I added NASPA. Yep. Yeah. Perfect. Yep. It's opening up. So within each of, or most of these categories as well. So like sponsors as the main heading, you'll have options. So you'll see here on the left, or on the right, sorry, that there are the items. So these are the individual sponsors, and then there are categories, and that's what these are. So it's a separate
Got it.
option. You can create all of the categories. You can link everybody here. Again, you can also import anything that you need. And this template is kind of what Socio looks like across the board. There's going to be some kind of category, there's going to be some kind of item, and there's going to be an opportunity to either import or add a specific category on its own.
Okay.
So we'll go into exhibitors, and it's very similar. So you see they've got the categories, they've got items, you can upload, you can add individual. When you click into it, it's got the name, the subtitle, description, and all of the links.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the easiest way to go back and forth across these, I just always click on features.
Yeah.
And it takes me back to the full page. You can also click on the individual one that you're trying to get to.
Cool.
Documents is if you want to add any kind of document. And that's really it. You're like, hey, I want to upload a PDF version of the program schedule, or I want to upload some handouts that might be helpful for people, or some things about Arizona that would be interesting. You can upload the document.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I think has to come in as a PDF. And like I said, you're able to create items, create categories. So if you wanted the category to be, you know, how to get around town, and then one that is, you know, things to know at the conference, you can create different categories. Because I don't have different categories in the app right now, you won't be able to see that. But if you go into the app, and the way that you'll see it is you have to scroll over to documents.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you click into documents, on the top right, there's a little filter, and that's where the tracks will populate.
Okay.
All right. So if there's, and that goes across the board for all of it, all of the pieces. So when you build your agenda, if you do want different tracks, that's where you'll build the tracks, and that's how people will be able to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Web link is one link that you can share that people can access that takes you somewhere. There's another one that offers multiple links, but this is just one direct link that if you're in the app and you click on web link, it takes you straight to whatever that website is.
So probably just with the drive-in, like the AZ drive-in link. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do that in there, and you can, like I said, any of these things you can rename. So if you don't want it called web link, if you go in and click the gear, you can call it whatever you want.
Can we hide them within our own apps? Like, so like, I don't think we're gonna have one for, like, we're not gonna have one for sponsors because we're just so small. Yeah. Can I hide that?
Yeah.
Or
yeah, okay. You can delete it. So see here, it's already red. You can get rid of any of the things that you're like, I'm not going to use this. You can get rid of it.
Okay, cool.
And then it just won't populate.
Okay.
On here, we have follow us. So if you edit on here, you're able to add different items. They've got quite a few options. If you want to have people connect with you in multiple different ways. So you just list it and then put the link. And then that will populate, and you can see on the app when you click follow us, it shows you each option, and then it'll take you to that specific site. This one doesn't have an upload feature because you have to select what it is and then go in there. But if there is an upload feature, you'll see it next to new item. And we go over and we have web list. So whereas web link is one link, web list will give you multiple options. So if you want to show a few different links, it'll do it for you. And if you click on it in the app, you'll see I only have one right now, but there would be multiple links in there. So if you want to link to different places, you can. This one does allow you to do an import, and then there are different categories. So if you have different links and things you want to share with people, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what we would be using, like most of the features. I think obviously the agenda as well as different sessions and like how do we pull things from the NASPA website so that it's like the featured speaker and the 9 o'clock session and this is what you choose. I know we'll use the app. I know we'll use attendees. Maybe I'm not really sure. Probably announcements.
Well, and so attendees will be built in automatically. And if you click on the app and click, or in the app, if you click on attendee, what it does is it actually lets you see everybody that's there, that's created a profile and downloaded it. And if you click, so
nice.
You click on mine, and it'll show you my info. And then I clicked on yours and it let me add you. And I think if we were in person, we could do that shake thing, and that's how it would add automatically.
Cool. Awesome.
But that's a good way to track it. When we're done, I suggest go into Socio, and they have a few test events of what it looks like, what you can do with it. And there's a lot of options, and that profile is actually really extensive, and you can add a lot of information and people can connect. So there's a few different options there.
Okay.
So now I think we've connected. So if you are on the app, at the bottom of the app, there are the options, the one that says connections.
Yep.
So if you click, you'll be able to see, we can message, we can set up a meeting directly through the app.
Oh, that's gonna be really handy at the big NASPA.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited about that. I have your summary and your email, so there's ways to connect, and you can send messages directly through the app. So I think it'll be really helpful.
Yeah, it's really cool. It takes you to your email when you click on the message icon, and it just sends an immediate email to you. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So attendees within the back end of the system, you can't edit. That's the one thing. You can edit the icon and the name, but you won't be able to edit. That just starts populating automatically as people are downloading and getting it.
Yeah, got it.
Right. Then we go into agenda. So this one, again, has a similar setup. There are the sessions, and then you have tracks. Within each one, you can add them individually, or you can import.
Okay.
If I run sessions and I click on here, it lets me put the name of the session, the location. If there is a track, I can add it, the date and time, brief description, and then all of the links.
Okay.
Now you'll see on here, under external links, we have this Socio type form. So if you go into the agenda and you click on test session 1, you'll see session evaluation at the end.
This is one thing I was going to ask you about, so glad.
Yeah.
Session evaluation,
so how they do in-app evaluation, and it's connected to this platform called Typeform. So when you're in there, and if you click, you see it'll say start, and you can start the sessions or start the questions.
Yep.
And it'll ask you however many questions you want, you can answer in there. And then when you're done, it's automatically submitted and tied into that session block. What's great, and this is part of what I had a conversation with them about, was what does the output look like? It's basically a Google sheet where all of the
So can you repeat? You're just breaking up a little bit.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
No, I can.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you. It was just breaking out a little bit.
Okay. It's basically a Google sheet where each session gets its own tab. And so all of the information for session 1 is on tab 1, session 2 is on tab 2. So this is how you'll link to in-app session evaluations. You'll add this link in there.
That's amazing. That's awesome. I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited about it. What I need to ask them is if there's a way to automate. I'm sorry. I work from home and my dog's gonna bark soon, so in case you hear that.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if there's a way to automate this. So if you're like, here's the one evaluation I want it across all of our sessions. That way you don't have to add it individually. I'm going to see if there's a way to do that.
That would be great. And I like that there's already questions, that the questions are already drafted, because, you know, I could spend all day drafting specific questions, but for this purpose and for this conference, let's just go with what they've already done.
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
Okay, sorry. I have a very small dog who thinks she's a Rottweiler.
I can respect that.
Part of what's also fun with here is the session check-ins. So you can have an open check-in. If for any reason you have a max capacity for something, you can put that in. So if it's open check-in, anybody can check in, say that they were there. If it's closed, that means that no one can check into the event. And then limited is where you can put the number of attendees. So you're like, I have enough space for 50 people when they check in. The closed check-in, you have, they have an automated denial message, or you can customize it. The session's already full, come back later. It's just a way for people to see what's happening in the sessions as they're coming in, usually keeping it open. What's nice is within the app, you can do that. So you can go into the agenda and check into it, figure out. I'm trying to see where. I think because I have it open, I don't think you can do it. Let me see what it looks like if I do that. Okay. So if you are in, it's not the most intuitive thing. If you go into the session on your phone, at the top, there's a little plus sign.
Okay, yeah.
If you click it, it checks you into the session. So then if you go underneath it, it says details or people. When you see people, it shows you who's checked in.
Okay.
And not the most intuitive button, but that's what the plus sign does.
Okay.
So I think what's helpful with that is if you tell your speakers, hey, make sure to let people know that they should check into the session, it helps them kind of track some of that data. And I think, I'm trying to see, I think there's a way when you're looking at people's information, you can see what they've attended. I feel like they told me that, but I'll confirm with them on that. But at minimum, you will be able to see how many people checked into which sessions.
Cool.
So then within the sessions, those are the options that you have on there. Again, attachments, external links, internal links, and all of these are done manually or with an import. And then the same here with tracks. Right. And then that's all of the templates are also already provided here in the document. Cool. So anywhere at the end here, it says template provided here, they're all linked. So you can just click them there.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll probably spend some time this afternoon just kind of playing around with it and maybe send it to you so you can look at it.
Yeah, that'd be great. So then that's the agenda. Speakers is very similar to sponsors and exhibitors. You can put their information, you can put a picture, which is what I had on my desktop.
Love it.
Labels. Yeah, and then categories you'll create separately, descriptions, if there's links to their bios that you want to use, or you can even upload their bio if you don't want to put it into here. So a few different options.
Cool.
And then so you'll have the speakers and then categories. So you could even create a featured speakers category and a presenters category. So that within here, you can say, here's our featured speaker information about them, but also here are all of the people that are presenting.
Yeah.
And what that helps is instead of people having to look in each app to see, or to look in each program session to see who's presenting, they're going to be able to see a full list. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Speaker, internal links. So the other part of this is great is if you build the agenda first and then you go build the speakers, you can actually tie them to their session.
Cool.
So that's an option. I think, I don't know if, I don't think internal, external links are a part of the regular uploads. Let's see, because if they are, that'd be great. Yeah, so that's not, that's something that has to be done manually once everybody's in. But this is what it would look like to upload all of their information. This is what the columns are like and all the information you can add, and then what it actually looks like in the system.
Okay.
Speakers custom list is if you have a few different things that you want to share, kind of like web links, but this won't take you into a separate website. These are just different things that are within the app. So if you want to share a PDF, if you want to share a highlight of something specifically happening somewhere at the conference, you can do that, and it shows you a few different things. Like I said, it's called custom list. You can call it, you know, conference highlights or whatever, and then that way people are able to get into it. The wall, so this is something that we're not able to access to edit, and I can't see it until it's live. But from what I've seen in the other apps, as people start to engage and as they start to use social media, it starts collecting all of that information. So you can go to the wall and see all of the interactions from different events that are happening. So if you, so that will start populating as people get into the space. Maps, so you're able to upload different kinds of maps.
Cool.
You'll have, so venue map, you're able to upload this. One of the things I like about the map is it gives you what they call regions. So you can add a region, and it's basically a blue box that you're able to mark. So I've got, I can add a region, and I can say, this is something, and I can select the location. So in the maps section, we'll also, this is where we'll make stuff. So like this, I clicked it, this is my exhibit area. And then this is my engagement area, whatever you want to call it, you can do that. So you can put it for registration, or here are all of the meeting rooms.
Nice.
Whatever you want to do. This, so maps is where you upload that. And then the other option here is locations. This is where you're going to add all of your meeting rooms. If you do want to have something on the map that is an engagement area, you'll do everything through here. This one you do have to upload manually. But it's just the name. And it'll tell you the number of items that are linked to it as well.
Okay.
And if you look in the app, the map is actually pretty nice. When you click on stuff, it'll zoom in a little bit and it'll show you what it is with those regions. And if you have multiple maps at the top of the screen right now, it just says venue map with the drop down. You're able to access multiple maps. You have different options in there.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Wall maps, and then this test.
Wow, you can really zoom out and zoom in. How funny.
Yeah. It lets you play around with it a lot. This is what the evaluation survey is. So it's basically a web link. So it's this icon that we've used before. They just changed what the icon looks like, and they've changed where it lives. But it has to live in the system for us to be able to link to it. This is one of the places where you might want to say that it's not visible to anybody. So it's visible to all attendees or visible only to a specific group of people. I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with them seeing it. because they probably won't do it that much, but it's there, and it's something we can figure out about hiding so that people don't access it by accident, and it's only tied to specific functions. So those are all of the features, and you can look at the features and click here with the add features. And this is, I have everything added right now, but you can add, like I said, multiple versions of it. So if you're like, hey, all right, I have an agenda, maybe I need an extra custom list, you just click add and you can do another custom list. So that's
is it currently just me and Kenzelia that have access to editing?
Yeah, and I can add as many people as you need to editing. Just send me names and emails.
Okay, I would. I'll follow up with that. Yeah.
Okay. And there is this option for app preview. So if you click on app preview, it brings up the chat, and you can just ask them, hey, I want to preview. And it actually types it in automatically for you. I'd like a preview of my app. And just like this NASA template is a preview, they're able to do that for you so that you can see what it looks like live. Some of the other pieces that are at the tail end of the training document. So we've got some information about the evaluation. So there is a template for what the evaluations are going to look like. I can provide you with something that has some question options, but it is very open-ended on how you want to set this up. And really, it's just the questions go across the top. Yeah. And then the answer formats go down underneath it. And then you get that to me, and I work with Socio to get that uploaded. But the response is,
I was like, did I see that it was tied to Campus Labs? Like we have to have it created through Campus Labs?
So so Campus Labs is what we use for the full evaluation. Okay. And Typeform is for the in-app evaluations.
Cool.
And then here you'll see with in-app you can use these formats, and then with the larger one, the Campus Labs, and that you can send it to me as a Word document or an Excel document, either way, and then I get that to them. Both will take probably 3 to 4 business days for them to get added. So you'll want to focus in on the in-app one early to get that one into the system. And then the post one, obviously you can get them both to me at the same time, but most of the time that just gets sent out with like a thank you email. So we have a little bit more time on the full conference.
Yeah, I would probably say we're like I'll probably just follow your lead because we don't really have like assessment specific folks. So I think we should just keep the ones that you have already, those like broad questions, and just for this year. And if we need to change it up next year, we can. But for each of the sessions, if we can just link it to that, I would say let's just move forward.
Perfect. And then there are also some pieces at the top of this training. Where'd it go? You don't have to worry about users and groups. I will add everybody. Just send me the list of the people, and I'll take care of adding everybody. There are a few extras. So you'll see here under editing app, there's these extras, which are, I think, depending on what you want to use, helpful. So you can launch the event promo page. And what that does is it sets up a little page for you to show how to download it. So it gives a little snapshot, and then it lets people know. So you can send this link out. So if you want to tell people, here's how to download it, they have all of these options.
But we should probably wait. We'll probably wait to send that out until like a couple days before, just since we're still in testing mode.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then you've got Socio Live. So this is something if you're interested, it's not, you can have it up somewhere where you can see how many people have networked or connected, and then how many handshakes, and then it starts listing. So you and I have connected, so we are on the leaderboard. This is how many. As more people start, and this is in real time. So if you want to have this up, if there's a screen somewhere that you can just show something on, you could have this up as people are walking by it, and it'll let them see what's going on.
Cool.
And then the last one is the web app. So if for any reason someone's like, I don't have data on my phone, or I can't access something, I have a tablet, they can access the web version, and the web version will give them all of the different items that are available.
Cool.
For them to connect into. So there's those options that are under the but that's pretty much it with Socio. There's all of these options. What I'm going to do now is I will go in and add you and give you access. You should get an email from Socio so that you can log in and start playing around.
Okay.
I'd suggest the NASPA template event, the one that you already have downloaded, as a good way to test things out and click through and be like, oh, if I did something here, what would it look like? I'd also read through the training document again, download all of those templates.
Right.
And then you don't have to fill everything out. Fill out a few, and then upload them and see what it looks like, and if you're liking what it's looking like, and then let me know if you have any questions. I will be, this is the other fun part about this, I will be out of the office all of next week. But
okay, cool.
I have other staff members that have been trained on Socio, and I will make sure you get all of their contact information, and they're going to be able to help you as well. I'm traveling internationally, so I don't have as much access to email, but anything you send to me, and then I'll make sure you have all of the contacts, include the whole group.
Cool.
We're all fully aware that you're our guinea pigs on this, and hopefully that the app will work well. So we're all committed to providing the support that you need to make sure that it's working well on site for you all.
Awesome. And I think I have one question about getting access to seeing who the presenters are and whatnot, so that I can take who was accepted, because I think Roberto has access, and I wasn't sure if I did, and I would like to add him to be able to edit Socio too, because he's like super tech savvy and just an awesome person. But is there a way to get access to like the presenters and their bios so that I can upload that sort of stuff as well in case he's too busy to do it?
Yes, I will do that right now as soon as we get off the phone, and I'll send you the link on how to access it.
I saw the like general schedule that because I'm presenting, so he sent the like, you've been accepted, go check, but I didn't see all the details or like the descriptions, and I would like to include those so that people have them to choose, so but thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I'll mess around with it this afternoon, and maybe I can just send you a couple tests. And you said to go into the Socio app and go to the actually the test one versus the AZ NASPA one, because that one's the one that's live right now.
Well, and the test one, the test one is live. It's got everything clicked. As we're building out the AZ one, it won't be live in that app yet.
Okay.
So if you need to see anything, like I said, the template event one, that one's been completely filled out. You'll be able to, within the system, see some of the options, and then you can, that it says the option for an app preview. You can ask in the chat, be like, hey, I'm testing this out with NASPA. Can you put this into your app so that I can see what it looks like before it goes live? And they'll do that for you in the chat.
Okay, so just edit the template event. Do I need to make a copy of it, or should I go into the?
I made a copy. Yeah, I made a copy of it. So you'll have access to it, and it's already called Arizona Drive-In. It will be your live version.
Okay.
But I made a copy of it so that you're able to. It has everything that is currently in it, and then you can play around, delete, add what you need.
Awesome. Okay, so sweet. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like messing up the actual template, because that would probably be bad. Because I just see NASPA template right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Arizona one won't go up until we ask them to put it into their app.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I'm glad we have a couple weeks to figure it out, and also troubleshoot with you being out. And
yeah. We'll make sure it's gonna, like I said, thankfully the system isn't super complicated.
Yeah,
Once you,
I'm feeling good about it. Yeah, I think I can do it.
Yeah, and once I saw everything's just an upload, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, most people have worked in an Excel something.
Yeah.
They have instructions that are pretty useful and easy
Right.
for you to be like, okay, cool. I have to upload this somewhere.
Okay.
I think it'll be fine.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I'll take a stab at it and let you know how it goes.
Yeah. Awesome. Sounds good. So I'll let you, I have a quick meeting now, but I'll send you an email with everything so you have all the access, and I will give you the access to the call for programs as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Sounds
Appreciate
good.
it.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.